get this pre-threaded this time.
There we go. Now I am live. So this is going to be the third version of this.
Live. So this is.
Sorry, I was getting some feedback from my speaker. So I'm going to do a short one tonight. I've been feeling a little under the weather, but finally feeling a little bit better. So last night, when I ended the last one, I was still fighting with the extruder and the hot end. Well, as you can see, it is actually repaired now. Let's see if it's. So it's all together. Had a lot of trouble trying to get it. This was a fight. Go to find out. The parts are a little long, and you see that there is a small gap around the outside of this. That's because there's a little nubbin right there, and it pushes against the hot end, and it just doesn't quite go all the way. But I've got them cinched up. That's a little loose, but that's not the part that holds the filament. That is. So everything seems to be good. So sorry I didn't broadcast that. I fought with it so long last night. I wanted to kind of do it by myself so that I could work on it. There was a gentleman in chat who was saying that he had issues with it too, and he actually went into and looked at YouTube videos, which is what I actually finally did, and that helped quite a bit. So that's what I was doing last night. Sitting here listening to a little bit of the Japman on his show, and worked on putting the extruder and the hot ends together. So that leaves us into the next instructions, which this is where I am on the instructions here. You know what? Let's move some windows around so I can see kind of what's going on. So right now, when I do that, I see the live stream and I can't see what I'm doing. There we go. So this is what I'm on next. I've got the this part done, which is this mount right here. Now I need to find C13, which is this. Has a ton of parts. And there are some bearings that look like they need to be installed. I'm trying to get a better idea of what I'm looking at here. Probably should have done this before I went live. So you guys wouldn't have to stare at me trying to figure this out. So there's a copper gasket, and I think I might see a copper gasket. So let's take these parts out, these bags. So I don't think it's that. It could be this. I see the copper gaskets. M4 copper ring. 8mm nylon spacing. I'm guessing that's that there. So I think I found the parts kit. Let's pull these out. Put them in another bag. Also last night, if you're here, when I lost one of these nuts, I ended up going back and finding the one on the floor, which was a royal pain in the butt, might add, and got it all hooked up. I definitely like the magnetized base to help hold stuff together so it doesn't go willy-nilly, flying all around. Okay, so we now have this going on. Actually, I do like to put this under that to help protect that. As long as I don't need that for now, I can use that. So, these look very, very complex. How this works, I'm not entirely sure. So looks like these go here. So the color instructions are kind of a little easier to look at. So if I'm actually looking at this, it looks like this is what I'm looking at, and it looks, okay, so I'm facing that open piece, so the green is there, and it looks like we go copper. Actually, let's do this again. Let's go one of these smaller ones. So it looks like it goes like this with this little, there's a little edge right here. I probably can't see it. I can't. Little edge on there goes up, the larger edge, and it goes bottom. It looks like it just looks like there's those two pieces and this little copper piece goes on. And so facing this way, the small one looks like it goes to the front. So I believe this, whoops, got out of my hands. That's what I believe. Holy cow, come on, Kevin, you can get this. There we go. There we go. Get that in. Hey, look, everything moves. I gotta love that. Then the other piece has a lot more pieces to it. Let's actually start at the top. So looks like another one of these, what they call flange bearings. Top one, bottom one, copper ring in between these, and then a nylon spacer. And if I'm not mistaken, this will go in here. I used the wrong screw, it looks like. Let's see here. Da, 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 da. Is there anything else? Nope, that's it. See, that one there is too small. There are 3 sizes here. You know what? I believe there's more than one size here. That's probably the problem. Or more than 2 sizes, I should say. I thought there were 2 sizes in this, but it looks like there's actually 3 sizes of bolts. Wasn't paying very close attention to that. So there we go. Crap. That's never fun. Okay, there we go. Got that and that. Let's see if I can put this on without dropping it again. How does that sound? There we go. There we go. Gotta love it. And it's in. Those are nice and loose. I'm just going to give it one little cinch up. There we go. Don't want too tight. Don't want anything broken there. Okay. So then on the other side, it looks like these are opposites, with this larger one being the outside. So we go that, and then we put the other bearing in, and then the copper gasket, and the nylon spacer, and it's going to go here. The looks of it. I'm just making sure everything looks like it's lining up correctly. Yeah. And then we go with the short one and go with these 2 dealy bobs again and that copper gasket. So these are called flange deep groove ball bearings. That's what these are called. And I missed the copper. There we go. cinch these up just a little bit. And they still move. Yay! So, looks like we are done with that page. Hallelujah. And looks like we have more flange bearings. Okay. These are going to go on the opposite end. Looks like some might go on here too. I'm not entirely sure where that goes. Let's not worry about that one just yet. So I want, it's actually showing pieces here, and I don't actually have those on yet. But it could be a difference between, well, those instructions have it too. Hopefully they'll all come together at some point. So let's see. I think these were the smaller ones before. So yeah, a 12, a 20, and now a 30 screw. That's the problem, was the length. So these are the big ones. And it actually looks like there's 2 of these flange bearings on these. Oops. I'm going to build it from the top down again. And there's that, and then a copper gasket. Oh, this image is showing these. I get it now. It's just kind of an awkward view of it. I get it now. So there's that, and then another one of these. And it goes on the opposite side of the hot end. The hot end's down, so this will go through the top part just to make sure. And I believe there's only one spot for it to go. Each end. Oops. There with the copper piece. That sucks. Okay. Put the nut in the bottom. I think that's too small. Yeah. What did I do? The one I've been using. There it is. So let's cinch this down just a touch. No. Let's see if there's any chance of me finding that copper piece. Just fell over here. Because it rolled at a pretty good rate. Ha! Lucked out on that one. And I've got it. Sorry about that, everybody. There we go. There we go. So now we're going to build one more of these. There. So, the M430 again. Now, the magnets are a little strong. Flange bearing on top. It's easy for me to say, huh? Flange bearing on bottom. Copper spacer. Flange bearing on top. Flange bearing on bottom. And one more copper spacer. This goes right here. And we'll put the M4 hex nut on the bottom. There we go. I may come back and cinch those up a little more later with the Leatherman, but I think we're good there. So I've now finished 2 pages in one video. I think that's my average now. Okay, remember when I said they showed a piece that was on there already? Now, this is the one that I'll be mounting that one, it looks like. This looks like a fairly complex one. So what this is telling me is the groove of the belt tensioning blocks should be facing outward. That will go there. So let's find the tensioning blocks. I think this tells me. No, it doesn't really tell me what's what there in here. I'm guessing it's these here. Again, I love this green anodizing. I'm assuming that they're anodized aluminum pieces. I love the looks of these. Just such a clean, nice look. So now I need 2 M3 8 screws. Sorry, my little mic thing here is just fell off. That would get in the way. So it could be in this bag. I'm going to be building, it looks like I'm going to be using the rollers, but I'm not seeing any M3s in here. And I believe, actually I've got one extra piece. Put these extra pieces over here. I believe these are M3s. I don't know if they're 8s though. I may be stealing these from another piece. We'll see. These look about right. Success. We'll cinch these. Wow. Probably a little more cinching than I thought they would. There we go. Let's flip this around. Good night, kiddo. And let's do that once again. As everything gets buried. I think after this show, or this recording, I think I'm going to have to clean this up just a little bit. I have 2 of these. This here may have been the proper baggie that I missed. Okay, so now I've got this piece. Doesn't look like it explicitly says to put this on both. I'm pretty sure I put it on both sides. And if it doesn't go on both sides, well, this should be easy to remove and switch up. So I'm not going to be too worried about that. I have to admit, I'm really looking forward to getting this thing together and get it. Start printing. You know what? Did I mess up? I did mess up. So, I'll show you what I did here. So this block, you can see there's a wider part on top and a smaller part. Well, you're supposed to put that wider part on top according to that photo. So I messed up, and I'm guessing the holes are slightly different offsets because it wasn't working quite right. So another good design decision there, because it made me re-look at it and try to figure out why it wasn't going in, nor looking right compared to the other side. Because it sits back just a touch from the top edge there, but not very far. Oops. So when it was the other way, it set back a lot further. So that was kind of my clue that something wasn't quite right. So now, looks like we're building. Looks like we're building the wheels. This is saying the CNC. No, actually, I get to flip the page here. Since I didn't print this out in color, the new instructions, I'm using the old instructions. Oh, already it was there. Using this old instructions because they're a little more. They've got color, and that actually helps both. Oh, this says the belt tension block should be facing outward. And this is saying both sides are symmetrical installation, so that actually helps quite a bit. That makes me feel better. So now I've got these plates for the wheels. I need to find, I'm guessing these and these. There are 4 sets. Okay. So let's get going on these. Oh, that's going to be fun. Let's see here. So one looks closer than the other. No, they look about the same, I guess. Looks like these. This is where it says they may be a little tight. Need to knock it in. I'm guessing like with a hammer or something, but I'm gonna. Wow, that is very tight. Oh, that looks like the right location. Wow, this is knocking off that nice black finish. Actually, I wonder if it could be squeezed in just a little bit. I didn't think so. It was worth a shot. I'm just going to make sure these are all the same distance apart. Yeah, so they are. So it also looks like on these, this rounded edge right here goes this direction towards there. Really wish there was a little more give between these. There we go. I might just spread. Oh, I just spread them just a little bit. This is where I think if you owned a dead blow hammer, life would be a lot easier. Fortunately, I don't own one, so I get to just kind of screw around with this. So M4 16 screws. So I'm guessing this is what we're dealing with, maybe. Okay, because this has all the rollers in it. Okay. Thought I had those lined up. Actually, these are supposed to come up from the bottom. I just want to make sure the clearance goes through like I think it should. Thought it was there, but it wasn't. I have to call this one right here while I go get a dead blow hammer tomorrow. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to do that. I think that's going to be all the further I can get this built, or at least, well, I wonder if I can get, that wants to put that on. Yeah, I think that's going to be the end of tonight's build by the looks of this. Because everything else is built off of this piece. And I don't want to put these on until I've got this mounted, and I'm going to have to hit that with a dead blow hammer, I'm pretty sure, because I've got probably about 1/8 of an inch or so. Sorry, I use Imperial. I'm guessing about 1/8 of an inch. It's just not sliding on well. I think I'll also use this time to try to figure out, oh, I get it. So these holes, so there's some holes, let's see if I can see. And you kind of see them, they're long. They're not a little round hole. They're a little elongated. I'm guessing that's going to be to adjust this piece forward and back. Yeah, it looks like the round piece faces inward on both sides. So it looks like you probably use this to move it forward and back to seat it into the rails when it goes up and down. So that is my guess there. So I think tomorrow, I know my dad's got a couple dead blow hammers. I think I'm going to borrow one of those, and that should get us going and get this working for tomorrow. So I will see you back then. Take care. And once again, this is an East 3D. My mouse just died on me. Let me plug it in. So this is an East 3D Gecko. It's a Core XY style printer. This was sent to me from East 3D to review and put together and put through its paces. And part of what I'm doing is this live build of it that I'm planning on my website to create deep links on YouTube, because I'm also exporting these to YouTube to show you how to build the individual pieces as I go along, and I'll deep link to those sections so you don't have to watch me drone on like I am right now. So I hope you enjoy that. I hope you're happy with that. So that is it for video 3. Thanks for hanging in there.